guys, it's November 14th, 12:21 a.m. I started filming tonight about 11:30 on November 13th. I didn't know you guys couldn't see my date timestamp because my thermoscope has one. I guess YouTube's cutting it off. I can't see it on my end. But anyway, I went outside to film tonight, and like 100 or maybe 1,000 times before, I filmed the moon on thermal. But this night I go out, and there's a giant, what looks like a giant cold spot on the moon, because I'm filming in white hot. And I'm blown away by this because, I mean, I've looked, like I said, I've recorded it probably 1,000 times with thermal before, and you'll never see any cold spots because you only see the one side, and what you see is the sun shining on the moon. And at this point, there's this large object. And later on, I figure that it might be a UFO between me and the moon. And since the moon is so hot, this giant UFO is looking cooler than the moon, so it's being a dark black spot. Because the second time when I go back to look at the moon, a couple minutes later after filming trying to film for UFOs, I look over back at it, and now that spot is gone. And when I click on it, the first thing that happens is a UFO coming from the moon flies over the top of me. So, and I did catch that UFO flying over the top of me coming from the direction of the moon. And I did film the moon one other time, and I did catch another UFO, but not coming from the moon and heading another direction. So anyway, this was pretty exciting to me because I've never seen this before. It's a giant cold spot that looks like two circles at the bottom of the moon. I don't know what side of the moon it is, if it's at the pole, but it's towards the bottom of what side I could see. I don't know if that's the pole, the South Pole, or the North Pole, or just east or west. I don't know that. I know the moon never spins. And this is so crazy. I had to share it with you guys tonight because I'm just never seen this before. The only thing I could think of is that it was because it was there. I filmed the moon for over 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes. And this thing doesn't move. And I wasn't filming. I was looking around to film a UFO. And when I look back over the moon again, about 2 minutes later, this spot is gone. And I started filming again, and sure enough, a UFO is coming right from the moon and flies right over the top of me, and you can see this like fuzzy field around it. And I'd say it's going from, southwest to northeast when it flies over me. Anyway, man, I'm really excited about this video. I'm going to share it with you guys tonight, man. I don't really have to do any editing or anything. It just speaks for itself. There's no downtime in this video. Anyway, man, I love you guys. I hope you guys dig this video because I know I do. It's really cool. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon, man. Have a good night. Or good morning. Good night. That is the strangest thing I've ever seen, you guys. I'm filming the moon right now. And I've got it set to white hot. But what the hell is that cold spot on the bottom of the moon? I don't know what that is, man. That is weird. Of all the times I filmed thermal in the last few years now, I have never seen a cold spot on the bottom of the moon. I usually film in black hot, but I'm not filming in black hot today. I haven't been lately. I seem to like white hot better. And there is a cold spot on the bottom of the moon. Let me look. There's no clouds there. I don't see anything there. I don't know what the hell that is, man. But I'm going to share that with you. I think today's November 13th or 14th. It's about 11:30 at night. Somebody asked me, I guess you guys can't see my timestamp. I have a date timestamp on this, but for some reason, when I'm recording, it does not come out. And I mean, I have filmed the moon. Oh, there goes something right there. What is that right there? There's an object right there, man. Going right over me. It's kind of fuzzy. I'm turning around. And I don't know what the hell that is, man. That sucker's gone though. I'm shining my laser at that thing and it's out of here. When I use my Zoom, you lose my voice. Somebody asked about that. But right now I'm interested in the moon. And what the hell is that cool spot? I can't see it with my eyes. I mean, I don't know. That is weird. I mean, I could do a whole video just on that damn thing there. It seems to be moving too a little bit, like, I don't know. No sense in me zooming in on it because, I don't know, maybe I will. Maybe I'll. Okay, that's 11.5 power. It's going to be a little granular. But that is a definite cold spot on the moon. I cannot see the dark side of the moon. So the moon is only facing the sun and it should be extremely hot. Like I think they say up to 250 degrees or something like that. Yet there's this big, oh, let me focus it. Wow, I'm just amazed at that, guys. I don't know what that is. That's impossible. That is literally impossible to see, have a cold. And the whole time I have I seen a spot on the moon. Anyway, you can't hear me when I'm zooming. I don't know why I'm talking. I'm going to zoom all the way in 25 power. Okay, that's 25 power right there, you guys. It's going to be shaky because every little move, even if it's a little bit, is going to be... There is something there, man. I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to zoom back out. Okay, I'm like at 6.3 power right there. I need to get me a bipod. Somebody come up with an idea of getting a bipod. And I'm definitely going to share this with you. This is definitely a strange phenomenon right here. There should not be a cold spot on the moon. I'm going to have to come out here another night. I mean, I filmed the moon in my last video, I think. And there was not a cold spot on the moon. Ever. And I can't see anything with my eyes on the moon. Other than the moon. It's kind of got an orange tinge to it tonight. And it's like about half a moon. Yet there is this dark, cold spot on what would be one of the poles, probably. I'm not sure if that would be a pole. We only see one side of the moon. Anyway, I think I've filmed enough of this tonight. Maybe I'll check it on the way back in. I'm going to start filming, try to film some UFOs here. I did catch that one UFO flying over. Anyway, this is very interesting. I don't know what the hell that is. That is just weird, man, I'm telling you. What on the moon could be cold on the hot side of the moon, facing the sun? This is impossible. Anyway, man, I'm going to try to film some UFOs, man. I'm never going to be able to answer this question for you. This is very strange. Huh. Can't see this with my eyes. That's weird, to say the least. The sun is heating that spot. I could talk about this all night. Anyway, I'm going to start trying to film some UFOs, guys. The reason why I came out here is because it's cloudy. And I like the clouds when I'm filming. Anyway, alright, man. See you back in a minute. Okay, you guys. It's only been a few minutes now since I filmed the moon. And look, the cold spot is gone, man. I'm standing in the same spot. I was going to start filming, and I turned off the thing because I'm still looking through the lens. And I just took a peek back at the moon, and that cold spot is gone on the moon. Man, what the hell was that? Look, there is some chemtrails. Some people call them contrails, but I accidentally said George Soros the other night, and it was actually Bill Gates was on, somebody put a recording on Fox News about Bill Gates spraying these chemtrails, which turn into big old clouds eventually, to block the sun and to cool the earth. And look at that chemtrail, it's right by the moon. And there's no way that chemtrail made that cold spot on the bottom of the moon, but it's gone. It is totally gone, you guys. Man, I could do a whole show. Look, the chemtrail's crossing right across the moon, and it does not do that. I mean, I was standing exactly right here when I filmed that, and that was not an anomaly with my scope. No way. Whatever was cold there is now gone. Could that have been some kind of a ship or something there? That's possible. But I'm not saying it was. But whatever that cold spot was, is gone. Alright, man. I got something really interesting to share with you guys tomorrow. Plus one UFO that flew over. Alright, man. Have a good night. I'm not going to quit filming. I'm just going to go to the other side of the house where the clouds are so I can film, try to film UFOs tonight. That's why I came out here. Alright, man. There's an object right there, you guys. Flying real fast, real fast. And it's gone. If I zoom in, it's gonna cut my voice off. I'm right at 4.1 powered zoom. Man, that weird anomaly with the moon is gone. Could that have been a ship? Could that have been a ship sitting there? And then the second time when I turned it on, when the other thing flew from the moon towards me, could that have been what I was filming? That is just a weird thing, man. Because I know the sun is shining off the moon, and that makes it very hot. So could it have been a large UFO sitting in between me and the sun? I mean the moon. I don't know how hot that is, but I know it gets hundreds of degrees on the surface. Could it have been cooler, the UFO, than the background of the moon? And this thing was blocking the moon, and then when I filmed the second time, could it have been the UFO flying over the top of me away from the moon? I'm only guessing. But that was really, really weird, man. I have never seen a cold spot on the moon, ever. Never. So I don't think it was the moon, man. Whatever that object was, wasn't the same temperature as the moon. It might have been 100 degrees, and that would make it black if it was a giant UFO sitting up there, man. Wow, I am just really pumped up about this video I'm going to show you guys. This is just amazing. The things you can see with thermal, man. Anyway, I'm going to cut it off right here, man. It's freezing out here tonight. I'm going to have to get gloves tomorrow night and my beanie, and my girlfriend's asleep and all that stuff's in the room, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to stay out here. But anyway, yeah, I think it's November 14th now. Or, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. It's probably after 12 midnight. Alright, man, I love you guys, man. Thanks for being here with me. What a cool night this was. Very unexpected. Wow.